Sister Norma Pimentel runs Catholic Charities in the Rio Grande Valley and the migrant shelter in downtown McAllen. Border Patrol drops off migrants at Sister Norma's door, releasing them into the country. And the Hoya police said a hotel in the city has been rented out for migrants. And one family seen eating out told a police officer they were living there and were sick with COVID.
And from there, they're allowed to move to their destination. No one told the city of La Joya, no one told the police department that these people were here, and no one told us that these people were possibly ill.
I don't think we need to create something that will create chaos and
I'm at the Stripes gas station on Veterans Boulevard. Ironically, we were talking about that named Veterans Boulevard, and yet this is where they're bringing a lot of the illegals. They were processed today, so the people that are standing off to my left came across this morning. They went to the processing center. They got a sheet of paper, just like the guys we saw yesterday, that said, turn yourself in to a Border Patrol agent within 60 days. That's it. Now go wherever you want to in America. They're waiting here for the Greyhound bus to show up and or the so-called humanitarians. We found out yesterday the same NGOs that Governor Abbott made the executive order to try to block from smuggling around the state are now coming here, picking them up supposedly voluntarily and taking them to hotels. The question I have for Governor Abbott too is that the bus that's picking these people up, is that breaking the executive order? And if so, are they going to be making any arrests against Greyhound? And then also the NGOs that now are coming here to pick them up. This is just part of the undermining of this country that we see, because they're not just coming here. This is a small group. We're also sending them directly to Laughlin Air Force Base. We've confirmed that they're going to Laughlin Air Force Base, and they're being flown out of Laughlin Air Force Base using our tax dollars, using our military to then advance human smuggling around our country. That is still going on today.
Oh, changing the electoral map, are we? Serving the businesses that paid for you to get elected, are we? Yes, we are. Now, those are buses you just saw. Now the administration is using aircraft and Air Force bases. And that ought to give you some sense of the scale involved here. What you're watching is demographic transformation in our country without our consent and in violation of our laws. That is happening. Now, our job is to shut up and accept it. We know that they will call us names if we don't accept it, but no thanks. What's happening, what they're doing, is wrong. It is, moreover, a violation of the most basic promise of democracy, which is that citizens get to control who runs the government. We, as citizens, have an absolute right to know what exactly they are doing, and we're going to try to learn.
What are they specifically doing at the border on the public health side about this human invasion?
From what I've seen, nothing. They're administering vaccines on the bridge for the people that are crossing over legally, but there is absolutely nothing being done with the illegal aliens that are coming across by the thousands now. Nothing is being done. And the people that we've interviewed, the gentleman I interviewed last night, said that they weren't doing any COVID testing there. They weren't offering vaccines at the shelter before they brought him over, at the processing center before they brought him over. Everything that I've seen, I haven't seen a single thing being done by them to prevent this from spreading around the country. And not just COVID. It's tuberculosis and it's all the other diseases that some of them we've eradicated in America that still exist around the world. That is part of the reason why we have an immigration process. It's the reason why you have to get vaccinated before you go to some parts of Africa and some parts of Asia. To leave this country to go to those places, you have to be vaccinated against things that don't exist in America anymore. And as far as we can see, none of that is going on here. It's open. It's free for all. We've got the river here. You can see this video. This was last night. Last night on the other side of the river where I'm standing right now. Over 100 people. I only counted 7 women and 5 children. All the rest were fighting age men. This is happening. This is one point that you're looking at right here. One point along our southern border of 2,000 miles. And yet they're telling you to put a mask on your face. They're telling you to get the vaccine because the Delta variant is so dangerous. Well, if that's the case, then why are we allowing this to happen on our border? If it's so dangerous, why, Joe Biden and why Kamala Harris, have you not even been to the border? Kamala Harris went to El Paso for a photo op. She has still not been to the border. We're right behind me. People are about to cross. This morning, I've had 4 groups already cross. And I want to show you something here, Steve. These are the documents that people are leaving. The people that are standing behind me as they're undressing to go across the river. They're dropping their documents, their ID cards, their passports. We've got Brazil. We've got everything here. They're dropping them. And we asked them why. They said, because it's easier to get into America if they don't know who you are. This is the insanity that we are allowing into this country. We have people that have sworn an oath to the Constitution, and they are breaking that oath. They're putting every single American citizen in danger. And not only that, they're destroying our economy. For what? For what?